Hey there, before the video starts, are you looking to get your account reviewed? If so, it's real simple. All you gotta do is head to the IdleOn toolbox, click on the Data tab, scroll down to Profile Management, go ahead and copy that link provided, and make sure you hit Upload My Profile. Once you see the green check mark, you're good to go. Then just drop by our Discord, The Vault, go ahead and scroll on down to the IdleOn Account Reviews text channel. You can go ahead and drop your link there with a little blurb on what you'd like us to focus on, and we're happy to get to you when we can. And now, enjoy the video. What is up, YouTube? Retr0Rat here, back again for another IdleOn account review, this time for Retr0Rat, or Andreas Boy, who's in the chat with us today. Originally, he was like, you know what, I want to roast my shit. And I was like, you know you don't get a list if you get a roast, right? And he goes, never mind. So... We're happy to give him a list and give him some guidance here. So, with that being said, I'm going to stick some fresh nicotine in my mouth. Wipe some cat hair off my keyboard because we had a lovely cat pets section of the stream for 20 fucking minutes. And let's get right into things. Okay. Let's see what we are working with. Star sign, star sign, star signs. Top of list basics. Fix your star signs as they are not equipped. Several toons. Well, I missed cat. Can we have more? No. If you show up late to class, you do not get a pass. You get marked for tardiness. I got one doubler, which is on a drop rate. Just equip them for best case situation. Even if you're full infinites, just equip them for best case situation. You never know when you need to swap around. Your Windwalker is using a % skill efficiency set. So you need to fix that. So fix your card set bonus on your Windwalker. And let's take a look. All right, Opals, my favorite. Pop Opal, okay. You're going for a multi-kill Opal by the looks of it. Construction. What's with the hybridization here? Both range skills ready hurts. And get that salt. True. So what's your plan here? Also, why are you running like money on this? Okay, you're working on it. Okay. I suppose this isn't too bad. I'm not going to be too nitpicky because obviously you're going for skill set Opals, which is fine. What's your plan here with this agility set? Your paid trained V2. Like what's your plan here for this? Just so I can kind of get a sense of what you're trying to work towards, just in general. Let's take a look at prayers. Also place over for a catching set. Okay. Not really any complaints here, to be brutally honest. Yeah, no real complaints on your prayer setup. If it works for you, that's perfectly fine. You're running Xeno, you're running skill efficiency, running damage. Yeah, overall, I'm not too particularly worried on this. So that's pretty solid overall. PO boxes. I want to shut off prayers because this fucks up my list. PO boxes look good. Yep, no problems there. And... okay. Oh yeah, we've got some room for improvement. So, top of the list here. Yeah, this is just okay. Couple things, just straight immediate couple things that I can see that would help you out in the long run. Is one, I want you to Upgrade your traps. Skulls, not really. I think you're fine with Luciferium. But traps and splicers for sure. Mostly because you're missing out on a lot of real niceties from these traps. And your splicers are, while yes, they are glorified stat sticks that you can get from World 3, they do matter at the end of the day if your goal is to push your stats and push your account progress across the board. So in general, yeah, you do need to work on it. From an equipment standpoint, you're running Godshard with weapon, ideally. Looks like you're running chopping efficiency sets. That's fine. This is kinda all over the place. Definitely think you need to farm out. Jesus, no. Definitely, I think you need to farm out getting Divine Scarf, so get Divine Scarf on everyone. Rings, though, I mean, you're running just Serrateds, I'd say. I mean, do you have Dementeds is a better question. You just probably have it in your inventory, right? No? Do you not have Demented Opals on everybody, or are they in storage? Nope, no schematics. Or sorry, not Dementeds, but Emperor Opals. Do you not have Emperor Opals on everybody? So swapping out the Serrated Rex rings for just your skilling. I mean, it's fine for what you're doing at the moment, for sure, but do you not have Emperor Opals on everybody? Need to farm more dungeon. Okay, yeah, so that will be another whole goal here. Get Emperor Opals on everybody. Rings. Scout Scale has been acquired. Congrats, Squanchy. Now, good luck. Alright, let's see. Because that mount will bug out in some of the older zones. So, let's see. Tools-wise, it looks like you're pushing for Godshard, which is love to see, but I am going to set that threshold of get Godshard Tools on everyone. Get Godshard Armor on everyone. And one thing I'm seeing you horribly underutilizing is your golden food. Like, you seriously don't need to be running golden grilled cheese, or not even golden grilled cheeses, running grilled cheeses at this point. Your survivability should be well and truly set. You're going to need to farm out some golden food for this stuff. So definitely farm more golden food and equip on all your characters. Other than that, it's really the big. It's just tools, armor, splicers, and foods by the looks of it. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's take a look at account. Okay. That's a bit concerning. Your statues are ridiculously low for what they should be. Ridiculously low. And you never did your Kachow? You did your dragon, but never your Kachow? Okay, I'll take. Finish Onyxing your last statue. And I want you to farm your statue levels across the board. Yeah, your statue levels are horribly under where they should be. Especially with what the gear you have and the skills you have access to right now, it shouldn't be that big of a deal to farm it out. Dungeons-wise, still need to max dungeon upgrades. You did more or less fully invest into your RNG items, which is great. But yeah, definitely need to do some more dungeon runs. Definitely need to do some more dungeon runs. So I want you to finish upgrading your dungeon and farm more dungeon runs for Flurbos. Let's take a look at your constellations. 229, love it. Vault, done. Let's take a look at your apocalypses on 1 DB. Looks good. Grimoire, 4,700. Okay. Now, I know I'm going to be asking a lot for this, but this is going to be a major grind I really, really, really want you to work on. I want you to push to the Skull of Droprate. It will make a difference, I assure you. It is very much worth the grind. Very much worth the grind. So I want you to push your Grimoire level to 5,600 for Skull of Droprate. All right, let's take a look at your compass. See what we're working with here. Okay. Honestly, not too shabby for where you're at with your cost and your levels. Looks like you really love your Windwalker. Abominations-wise, you're about World 6. Okay, what about your medals? You're significantly caught up. I'll give you that, but... still got to do a few. But you have done a couple. I like that. I like to see that. Very good. Definitely want you to farm your arena medals for your Windwalker. I don't think that's too unreasonable to ask. I genuinely don't think that's too unreasonable to ask. In my opinion. I don't think that's too unreasonable. Tesseract, though, so you're at 1066 on that. Ideally, I want this to get pushed up to 2,000 just to get to the Jewel of the North Star. I find that's a good stopping point for a lot of folks. So I want you to push your Tesseract to 2,000. Mostly because getting to this point will help reinforce your Windwalker gains as well, so it really does benefit alongside getting stuff like Villager Indoctrination's huge. Parallel Golden Food is fantastic for that Golden Food farm that you're going to need to work on. Plus, who doesn't disagree? You can always get some more damage, you know what I mean? Let's take a look at Anvil. Full. You got a couple. I won't dock you for that. But honestly, not that big of a deal. But you're out of smelting. You're not smelting anything, so make sure to keep smelting in Forge. Always be smelting. Always be smelting. We don't know what materials or minerals are going to be required, but probably, if anything, they're going to need Godshard. It was a pain to push. I know it sucks. Not having an AFK method of Arcane Cultist really does suck, but it is a grind you have to do at the end of the day. You can't dodge it. Bribes are done. Love to see. Stamps. How are we looking on stamps? Nice. Okay, stamps are looking good. You're at about 12k. With nothing on the proc, I'm seeing a sea of blue. Along with some pretty nice ones at that. I mean, even bumping it for questing stamps fine. Like, just getting anything on the table is going to do you well in advance of anything else. So, we're doing the AC grind and make sure you have at least talent level 100. Yeah, he literally just said he got it, so I think he's good to get that grind going. Definitely here for sure. I want you to push your stamp total to 15k. I think 15k is a good point with the amount of blue I'm seeing right now. Owl. Okay, man likes his owl right now. I'm not gonna knock it on that. I will set another goal for Owl. I will set another goal. I would say push your Owl bonuses to at least 80% drop rate. Let's take a look at bubbles, and while we do, I'm going to take a sip of my sweet tea. Okay, so bubbles are on unlock, which is good. Looks like 95's the threshold you're going to be pushing at this point. Yeah, I think I'm going to give you a big task here. No, definitely think you can achieve it. I want you to push your alchemy efficiency to 95% on the first 4 pages. I think that will definitely help you. Yes, it is a long grind. It absolutely is a fucking long grind. And for those of you at home that are like, what the fuck do these numbers mean? I will explain. So if I'm taking a look, and we'll start off something small here. So if I'm taking a look at, say, really smart, okay? In order to achieve a 95% threshold, which is currently at 77.6, you are at level 277, and it needs to be at level 1520. So this is how the efficiency threshold works here in Toolbox. So definitely something to remember by. Something to remember by, okay? Let's take a look at cauldrons. Cauldrons are looking good. Vials. Not too bad. Yeah, you just got to push out with a couple of vials. No real complaints there. You know, getting your hamper up. I mean, come on. You can come up with 100 hampers. You need that shit for crafting anyway. Overall, though, yeah, not too nitpicky about it. You are pushing it out. Love to see you've got your pickle jar up too, so no complaints from this regard. Let's take a look at sigils. You worked on the important ones. Morning, Deletus. How you doing? No more hamsters in jar. Or damned in a jar. You know what happens next. The sigils look fine. Islands look good. Damn, only 600? Okay. I don't know. You could get lucky. You could get that, like, 1,000 hour fucking nothing trophy drop, and everybody in the community will hate you for it. Absolutely hate you for it. Kilroy, you are working on... Let's see. Definitely not where I'd like it to be, so obviously room for improvement. I want you to make sure you do your weekly Kilroy and push faster respawn to level 40 ASAP. And the reason you do that is because that's cap. That's cap for that. So that's why we recommend hard pushing faster respawn, get it out of the way, and then it's the balancing act of reinvestment between time and bonus skulls. Ideally for stuff like talent drops, dungeon drops, and pearl drops, you put 1 level in it and you set and forget. And that's all you gotta do. So let's take a look at Kangaroo. 25%. Okay. Man likes his clickers. Then I'm gonna give you a bigger challenge. I want you to push your Roo bonuses to have at least 30% AFK gains. Gonna give you a big chunky challenge I want you to work on. Could get the Timmy hug and have Roy hate you. At work downtime. Valid. Okay. Right, on to prints, which I feel like you probably haven't reprinted in a minute. If I had to take a guess, you probably haven't reprinted in a minute. Am I wrong? Oh, so right. Alright, let's see. Definitely could do it with a reprint, that's for sure. Was maxing out cooking? Okay. Yeah, it definitely feels like you could be doing a reprint, especially on some of these base values. Yeah, for sure. You'd be at least getting a lot more atoms out of it, comparatively speaking. Yeah, definitely think you need to reprint your prints. So, reprint your prints on a good print week. Let's take a look at Refinery. Looks like you're working on it. Okay. No real qualms there. You're not, like, salt-locked. You're pushing it out. That's fine. Atom Collider. Still need to do some Atom Collider. Oh, dude, you don't even have oxygen done? Yeesh. Yeah, with your reprints, your atoms are really going to explode. You'll be able to get a lot of this shit done. Yeah, a lot of this shit will get done. So, definitely want to keep that in mind. So... let's see. What do I want you to focus on in here? Let's see. Finish upgrading beryllium, carbon, and oxygen in atom collider. Let's take a look at Equinox next. Oh, one moment. I'm being CC'd on emails I don't need to be aware of. Okay, you're working on it. You're also pushing your Equinox symbols. Love to see it. Yeah, definitely sounds like you're going to need to work on your cards if that's what it is. What's wrong with sneaking? So if you don't know, sneaking's broken right now where you cannot obtain pristine charms at a point because of Hoodoo You Voodoo fucking spaghetti code. Basically makes it so pristine drops are unobtainable outside of buying them directly in the gem shop. So anybody experiencing that issue with sneaking, it is a known issue. No, I do not know when it'll get it fixed. I also assume Lava is aware of it, but yeah, right as it sits, you cannot get pristine charms from sneaking due to spaghetti code. Buildings-wise, okay, you're pushing these out. You're working on shrines too. No complaints there. Death Note looks good. No. These are low. You will farm Glunko. You will massacre. You will massacre that many boss. I want you to farm Glunko kills for mini boss multi-kill bonuses. So when I'm playing Silksong, I have never played, what's it called? I've never played it, and I don't own Silksong or the game. Okay, yeah, you said you were working on that, which is fine. Totems. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, dude. You know this isn't where it should be. You absolutely know this is not where it should be. So I want you to... And not my style of game, though, Roy. Not my preference, in my opinion. So I want you to... It's pure dog dementia. Yeah, so I want you to push your TD waves across the board. God damn. Prayers are maxed. Love to see that. Traps. Going for XP. Okay. Salt Lick. Need to finish up Salt Lick. So you need to finish your upgrades. Your upgrade into Salt Lick. Armor Smithy. I mean, Magma Set's fucking easy, though. That's easy. Magma Set's easy. So definitely could do that. That's for sure. Well, I'm going to make a note. Finish Magma Set bonus for Armor Smithy. Let's take a look at cooking. Okay, well, what about your meals? So your 110 meal, and you're done. Beautiful. Ooh, nice, Docs. Okay, so you're pushing out faster shiny pet rate up, okay. How is your arena, though? Arena's 229. No problems there. Yeah, I suppose Viaduct of the Gods is fine at this point for where you're at. No complaints. Rift is done. Skill Mastery. It's getting there. It's getting there. Still got a few got to work on. Catching's low, fishing's low, mining's low. I mean, just pushing them out to 1,000 is really not unbelievable. Construction Mastery is good. You're at the 2,500 threshold. Push Arena Pet Battles. More or less, my focus is when I look here is because some players tend to neglect pushing to wave 200. Like, they'll push to 125 and say, nah, I'm good. But line width, not critical, but monster cash and total damage is. So the reason to put patch battles to like 501k, I don't even think that's even achievable. I think the leaderboard for pet battles is high, but it's not that high. Just the math don't work out for you. I don't believe it's a tome thing either. I could be wrong. The only one's fastest wave, I believe, that's relevant to it. No, there isn't. Yeah, it's just making sure that people actually do it is the thing. Yeah, no, that I can see. All right, let's take a look at sailing. Sailing's done. Divinity. Gods have been spent, but your god rank's low. Your god rank is low, so I want you to push your god rank to at least 5. No, how do I want to push this? I'd say 8, because 8's the average at the moment. 8's the average. 12's the max. But I want you to push it to at least 8. Gaming looks good. Whole, let's take a look and be nitpicky as fuck. Motherlode's not too shabby. Den score could be improved. Den score can 100% be improved. So I want you to push your Den score for Opals. Bravery, good hours. Bell. Ooh, your bell is completely cooked. Okay. Harp's not too shabby. Lamp. 184 wishes, but you still got cheap opals. So tisk on that. I want you to buy your cheap opals and lamp. The cook bell, is it bad? Yeah, because it shows that you don't have full investment in into studying. So what you can do is when you get study unlocked, the bell right here, which as you can see is under level, every 20th bell ring gives you a random plus bonuses. So if you push this out, I believe it's 10 or like 15, it's plus 200 levels. So you can really juice a bell by spending some time pushing that study rate up, and this just will go bonkers. So yeah, as it sits, it's low-key pretty bad. Hive definitely needs to be pushed out, so push your Hive layers out for opals. Had to reset it. No, just wait for level. Yep. Grotto definitely can be pushed out, so push out your Grotto layers for bonuses. Justice looks fine. You've got an 18x multi, so do recommend a Justice run. Collectibles, yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby for sure. Okay. Evertree, 25's okay. I'll give it to you there. Wisdom, you got that up. Gambit times are okay. They could be improved, but I'm not too nitpicky on that. Yeah, true. Layers, and yeah, layers just suck. Bonuses wise, are you fully vested at this point? Nearly. You've got a few. Yeah, you got a few you got to work on, but that's fine. Measurements, not too shabby. And studying, yeah, you say you're working on Bell, but I will make a note of it. Push, study, Bell, bonus to level 20 ASAP. Let's take a look at Slab. Okay, Slab is important at this point of the game. You want to really juice everything you can. Oh, geez. Okay. Quests, crafts, opals, dungeons. Yeah, dude, you gotta heavily work on your fight. You don't even have a fucking Tarantulight unlocked? Brother. Yeah, you gotta work on your fucking slab. Got some real basic shit you don't have. Work on your slab. A lot of freebies missing. Let's take a look at farming. Market. I'd say land rank or rank boost is fairly cheap, but yeah, other than that, I think that's really the only contention I have there. Crops wise, they're pushed out pretty significantly. No complaints other than that. Sneaking, what the fuck is this? Why are you running belt over bead? I want to explain your. I want to explain. I'm still on 0 detect rate. What master are you at? Oh, you're only at 2. Yeah, I guess you can. I suppose that's fine. I will tell you, you probably will struggle in later masteries. I can feel that, but if that's fine, that's fine. Emporium is done. Love to see it. Yeah, you're only at mastery 2. Summoning wise, how are we looking on battles? 217, fair play. Okay, stones are at 3, 4-ish. Not too shabby. Beanstalk. You can do this now. You can do this now. You can farm out so much of this, but I believe you mentioned you were working on your golden food farm, so I am going to make a note of it to farm out your golden foods for beanstalk bonuses. Let's take a look at Emperor. You pushed him to 53. Okay. Let's take a look at your cards. Yeah, still some stuff that isn't fully leveled. Souls that are under-leveled, which is a damn shame. Yeah, you got a lot of cards you still haven't 5-starred, and it does definitely show. I mean, stuff like Citrine's huge. Missing out on mining speed from Biggie Mole. All stats from Tremor weren't. Like, there's so much good shit in here. Even stuff like more money is free. Like, it's a passive card already. So, yeah, definitely need to farm out your 5-star cards. So I want you to push all your mob and resource cards to 5-star. Now, any additional questions and concerns for me while I wrap up this review for you? That being said, for you folks over at home, if you'd like to get an account for yourself, check us out. We're live Tuesdays through Fridays over on Twitch. If you want to get unlist war set review, it's real easy. Check out the description below. We got a channel set up where you can go ahead and drop your toolbox link and I'll blurb on what you want. And we're happy to get to you on stream. Until next time, folks, we will see you in the next one. Have a good one, everybody, and stay safe out there.